Alright, today, this is the plan. We're going to be rating the, what's it called? these artificial AI generated magic cards. Wow, that was a smooth introduction. There are these Twitter accounts that have consistently posted these AI generated magic cards for our amusement, and we should rate them to see if they are a pass or fail. And I will leave it, of course, to the chat, our wonderful, beautiful chat, to determine if, you know, hey, could this actually be a real magic card, or is this completely so far off base, it's impossible? It's just impossible. I won't decide. I'm going to let the rest of you decide. I wasn't sure if this should be like one of those types of you laugh, you lose challenges, because frankly, there is a lot of these cards. They're like hilarious. They're absolutely hilarious. Anyway, okay. Let's start it off with Root Walker. Root Walker. Players can't have Planeswalkers. Whenever Root Walker blocks a non-red creature, Root Walker gets +1/+0 until end of turn. It's a 0/5 creature. So Root Walker. Here we go. Pass or fail. I make the choice to you, all of you. Now let's talk these stats. 3 mana. No one can have Planeswalkers anymore. You can't be casting these Planeswalkers. And it is a huge wall. I don't know if a wall even matters at like 3 mana, but whenever you block something, you can kill a Ragavan. So Ragavan cannot just free roll into this thing. Whenever it blocks, it's going to kill the damn thing. So anyway, only when it blocks it gets to get a little bit bigger. So you get in close range, I'm going to attack you. Spencer Ward says, if that was a merfolk, that'd be tier 1. As is, nonsensical and bad. It's a fail. Yeah, we got creature type creature. Well, that's some good news. What that creature type is debatable. Creature type. Indistinguishable. Created in a lab or something. It should technically be Simic. It should read, Planeswalker spells can't be played. When a Rune Walker enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a Planeswalker they control. That's possible. Players can't have Planeswalkers. I guess, the way you interpret this, they're just gonna blow up. They're just gonna be blown up and be gone. Mark Oliver asks, how strong would a 2/1 artifact enchantment creature for 0 with at end of turn this deals 1 damage to itself be in modern? So it will self-destruct? It will seppuku? I would think it would be fine. I think it would be fine. It sounds like it's just going to die anyway. Kyle Driver with the super chat. Thank you very much. Starting off the Friday right. Gonna work on my Elftron deck today. Okay. You work for that one. All right. It looks like the Root Walker is a pass. We pass on the Root Walker. Next, we've got Bloodshade. Bloodshade is a 6 mana 2/2 creature. When Bloodshade dies, for each opponent that player reveals their hand, you choose a non-land card from it and exile that card. It's a Goblin Soldier as well. Oh, this AI generated artwork. It's basically that. What's that AI generated thing everyone loves right now? Oh, I don't remember. Anyway, okay. Bloodshade. Pass or fail. When it dies, for each opponent that player reveals their hand, you choose a non-land card from it and exile it. That looks so fair. I guess the real question is this card even going to make it into, I don't know, a draft format? It works as a card, though. It is a card, yeah. It's a little overcosted at 6 mana. That's a very chonky goblin. Very chonky goblin. And it's colorless, too. It's like an Eldrazi. Nikachu, what is the criteria we are using to determine a pass or fail? Broken or okay to be printed if it's good? I'll let you guys decide. You use your own criteria. But frankly, for my criteria, I would say, can we print this? Is this a printable card? I think this is a little bit easier of a more of a printable card than I would expect for an AI generated card. Some of these, they'll give you like a keyword, and you have not even the slightest shred of a clue what that keyword could possibly mean. 6 cost is horrible. To me, a pass is a card that can be in a standard set booster pack. This can't? Is it too far gone? That last one was really powerful. Players can't have planeswalkers. Personally, I'm going with printable. But you make up your own reason. Wow, this one's so close. But you don't think this Bloodshade can exist? Or is it a flavor fail or something? You can't have colorless goblin soldiers. I mean, Oko wasn't standard boosters, yeah, but at least we knew what Oko did. Some of these cards, we're gonna have absolutely no idea what they do. It's gonna like show us mechanics from the far deep ends of the future. Alright, looks like this one's gonna be a pass, folks. And next, we've got the Plague Worm. The Plague Worm is a Selesnya, green-white costed 2/3 creature. It's an elemental. So far, it looks like a real card. Creatures your opponents control attack each combat if able. Oh my god! Is that a good card? Is this card good? I'm gonna change it. Yes. No. This obviously is a card. This looks like this could be like Modern Horizons 3 design. Balanced card. Seems fair at rare. I can't tell if any of these are actually rare. You love this card. Dies to bolt. Useless. It's dies to removal. Is this very... Creatures your opponents control attack each combat if able. So this is like a really OP commander card, right? But is this going to make you the target? Well, if you're making me attack, I'm just going to attack you. Killer in commander. Like... How often do you have this creatures your opponents control attack each combat if able? Like, how much is that supposed to cost? Is 2 mana fair? Too cheap. This seems very good, but not unprintably busted. Potential fail just based on color identity. You don't think that's a color identity thing? Green-white goading people into attacking? Come on, come at me. Goad is a thing in Commander, yes. The elementals don't need support right now. Yeah, I could throw that in my Endurance Solitude deck. Honestly, the stats are too high. Maybe toughness should be a one toughness. Play with Phyrexian Obliterator. Alright, this is a pass. I mean, I would assume this is a pass, but the real question is how good is this damn card? Okay. Actually, do you know what? Maybe that's more fun. We're just gonna say if the card is good or bad, based on what we know. Alright, so we've got the Cabheron Panther at a green and 2 generic. It flies. When Cabheron Panther dies, create a 5/4 blue monkey creature token. When the Cabheron Panther dies, it can't get charge counter. That's good news, because you're dead. Just in case. Alright, so, is it good? You never know. I mean, it's a 2/3 flyer that when it dies, it gets a 5/4 blue monkey creature token, and when it dies, it can't get charge counter. It's too good. Busted card. Is it really so busted? Is it so busted? I mean, basically the stats are like, it's a 2/3 flyer for 3 mana, which, by the way, is really mediocre. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Now, when it dies, you get this huge monkey. A blue monkey, by the way. Blue monkey. To complement Ragavan. Blue monkey, no charge counter, way too good. What if we gave it charge counters when it dies? Flyer in green. Oh yeah, that sort of breaks the color wheel. Can someone explain the flavor of this card? It's an AI generated card. artificial intelligence made this thing. That's the flavor. The Cabheron Panther. When it dies, the monkey will take its place in the kingdom. This card, a lot of people, wow, some people don't think it's that good. Pongify the Panther, make 2 monkeys? Yes, absolutely. Is it Pongify? No, it's, yeah, it is Pongify. Pongify is the one. The flavor is a falling crocodile that when it hits the ground, the monkey at 8 comes out. Alright. It's a 7/7 worth of stats for 3 mana. If it dies. Only if it dies. Alright. I don't know. Actually, hold on. Okay, I have a real poll to ask you guys, because we're gonna do this a few times. What should the question be? Pass/fail, or is it good? Here we go. You guys can decide this. I didn't really think, you know, this is the first time we're doing something like this. Yeah, the Google AI went rogue, absolutely. At one point, Google AI is probably gonna help. Is gonna probably help construct these cards for Magic the Gathering. I mean, you can just feed it a bunch of stuff, and it does come out with some good cards. Yeah, right. If it dies, if it doesn't die, it's just a 2/3 creature. Maybe Wizards of the Coast should use these cards to design the lore of the standard sets. It is creative. Wait, you know what? I just didn't even realize that the creature is a crocodile, but it's called a panther. It's a crocodile with an identity crisis. I think we need busted, great / good, okay, not okay. I could do that. With busted, great, good, okay. No, then fail. We can like busted, great, okay, fail. That I think that's a fine. The fine metric. Is it good? Okay, so we'll do. Well, it's close. No, it looks like is it good is gonna win. Is it good is winning. I could ask later, but anyway, okay. So for now, we're just gonna ask: is it good? Is it good? Okay, we got the Demon's Rootwald. It is a white 1 generic Planeswalker Merfolk Cleric. So this is a Planeswalker with a creature type attached to it. I'm very happy to see our Merfolk fam there. Looks like there's like a bit of a fish in the corner here. Also, yeah, it's a cleric. So it goes to church on a regular basis. +1, until end of turn, it becomes a demon in a forest in addition to its other types. And it becomes a 4/3 human soldier creature. It's still a land. Okay. -2. Cruise 5 treasure tokens. Whatever cruise means. -1. You may choose a color. If you do, all creatures get -1 until end of turn. I love these redundant abilities. Like, you may choose a color. Alright, purple. Alright, creatures get -1 until end of turn. -2, destroy up to 2 target creatures. If that creature was destroyed this way, you create a treasure token. So basically it says destroy up to 2 creatures. That's really powerful. 3 mana, destroy 2 creatures? Good God. Alright. Oops, I'm not asking you guys anything. Is it good? Yes, no. Or what won that thing? Hold on. Yeah, is it good one? Super Liliana, let's go! Print it! Get it! Send it to the printers! That's something we could see in Magic one day. Permanents residing in the lands you play. Yes! I guess that's the only way we could interpret that. It's still a land. Is the -2 going on a vacation? Step out of the way, Oko Demon Rootwold is the new king. Yeah. Oko, step aside. Demon's Rootwold. You're the new head honcho in town. I'd buy 4. So where's my playset? This is an epic fail. The minus abilities aren't even in order. Oh yeah, that's true. Do they need to be in order? I never thought about that. So Jace's Brainstorm is first, so it's all ordered based on plus all the way down to minus? I guess so. The judges would have a nightmare with this card. It would keep them up at night. Cruise 5. What is Cruise 5 treasure tokens? Maybe it means remove them, destroy them? Or maybe it means to take from them. What is cruise? Is that even a word? Or did they just make that up? Cruise. Definitions. It means to be drunken, the drunken state where you do not act solely crazy or solely loose. Instead, you are somewhere along the middle, thus cruise. Okay. We cruise, we go drunkenly cruise 5 treasure tokens. So the +1 makes a 4/3 Merfolk Cleric Demon Human Soldier Forest Planeswalker. I like it. I like it. If this was a you laugh, you lose, I would have lost a long time ago. I would have lost a long time ago. Is it good? Yes, it is good. Just for the... We don't even need to know really the other abilities. We just know this -2 ability for 3 mana is good. The rest of the card can be illegal, as far as we know. Alright. Okay, we got Lowland Admiral for 4 mana. It's a colorless enchantment with a cumulative upkeep of black. Whenever a spell or ability causes you or a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it, create a token that's a copy of that creature. Whenever a spell or ability causes you, we're gonna create a token that's a copy of that creature. Create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying and blue 2 generic. Untap this creature. Oh yeah, that's busted. It went over the top on that last line. Lowland Admiral. Lowland Admiral. Alright, is it good? Oops, is it good? Oh, we got yes and no options in there. Excellent, love it. They remembered. +1/+1 counters, but no green. Well, I mean, if we have a creature with a +1/+1 counter on it, and someone says, and whenever a spell or ability causes you, I don't even know how to interpret this. Or maybe it's like whenever a spell or ability causes to put the +1/+1 counter on the creature. So whenever we put a counter on a creature, we get to create a token that's a copy of that creature. That's actually pretty strong if we interpret it like that. Whenever a spell or ability causes you or a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter, it sounds like a computer made these, because a computer did. These are AI generated magic cards. This card actually doesn't make sense. Read it. I know. Is it good? No, it's not good. The cumulative upkeep is pretty stupid. It's pretty expensive, especially since we may not even be in the we may not be in black colors. Looks like a Demir card at the very least. All right, Lowland Admiral. So long. Campus. Blue X. Each player skips their next turn. Oh God! So it's basically a time walk. Each player, and what is it? Skip X turns or skip X players? Holy crap! The X just does nothing. And it's instant too. Although I think you'd want to play this on your turn. It avoids Chalice. Yeah, it can play around Chalice. So if you thought you were going to get like a time walk for 1 mana, and someone's going to beat it with Chalice on 1, then you could just like play you just pay the X, and then it gets around Chalice. And, oh yeah, and it's a common. This does... So how are people saying this does nothing? It skips your own next turn too? No, each player... Oh yeah, it does. That's true! It does nothing! It does absolutely nothing. Man, what's school good for? This is the campus. Yeah, you skip. Everyone skips their turn. So basically, you play campus. Okay, you skip your turn. You skip your turn. You skip your turn. Okay, I skip my turn. All right, continue. Damn. At first, it looked busted, and now it looks useless. Big brain Johnny card. Put Chalice back on our list. Thanks, Doc. Ugin's Nexus would be happy? How would that work? It's the perfect BM. I love it. Anyway, that's a funny one. Alright, we'll end the poll. Unplayable. It's not even good as a storm card. Okay, Ruthless Vengeance. 7 mana artifact, 3 mana. Tap. Zope. Target non-human creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under your control. It sounds like it removes it from play in some manner, in some way. Oh, John Terrence with a huge super chat. Saw your hammer vid. Can you use Invisible Stalker? It's possible, but I don't know. I don't think Invisible Stalker is a warrior, is the problem. Because that deck was based around warriors. It had some warrior synergy. Anyway, thank you so much, John. I appreciate it. Alright, is it good? Oops, no, I don't want any more options. Get rid of this option. It's a 7 mana is a lot to, like, supposedly blink something. I don't know, could this see any plain janky commander? Zope is a pretty strong keyword, definitely worth the mana cost. Zope, is that a card mechanic? It will be one day. What could we presume Zope is? Maybe it's like phase out, phase back in. Or it could be Zope. Maybe it like go to the command. It's not exactly exile. Or do we have a keyword for blink? Maybe we don't. We don't have a keyword for blink, do we? Maybe this is just blink. Pay 3 mana, blink, target non-human creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under your control. Exile and make a token of it? Maybe. Zope is a Phyrexian crack. We have no idea what's going on. No one believes in this card. What if it blinked the card and made a copy of it? Now would it be good? May Zope means you win the game. Zope is uninterruptible blink, but blink isn't interruptible anyway. Zopium. My problem with the card is the art. Yeah, it has nothing to do with the creature. Zope wouldn't be a keyword regardless. Okay, so Zope is, well, exile and, oh yeah, that's right. So, because it's saying return it back to the battlefield. Okay, so maybe Zope means copy while exiling. According to the Urban Dictionary, it means to relax. Do I have to have the Urban Dictionary open with us the entire time? Is it good? No, people don't like the idea of zoping. No, you don't believe in the zope? Don't want to relax? Alright. Ruthless Vengeance is a fail. Alright, Mortal Invocation for 1 black mana. Instant, put any number of cards from your hand on the bottom of your library. Put any number of cards from your hand on the bottom of your... And that's it? Is that it? I'm trying to think if there's any advantage. This is worse than that, like, one with nothing card. Because at least with one with nothing, you can put your hand into the graveyard and ideally, you know, get some sort of synergy out of that. Because you want the cards in the graveyard. But this puts it in your library, which makes it completely useless. This looks like a real card. Yeah, reverse draw. It's reverse draw. Inverted draw. Oops. Are you still sharing stuff? I click something. I don't know. Hold on. Oh, we might have lost the music for a second. Hold on. Do I have music? Hold on. Give me a second. There we go. We got it. I'm back. Anti-mill tech. Oh yeah! You know, for 1 mana, you basically make mill, like, their life a lot harder. How do 40% of people think this is decent? I don't know. Like, it looks like a printable Magic card. Hey, you have your own definition of good. Anti-Thoughtseize technology. It is instant speed, too. Put any... Thoughtseize you. In response, mortal invocation. You don't get to see anything from my hand. No, no, no. I know, it is worse than one with nothing, because at least with one with nothing, the cards go in the graveyard. You get the dredging online. Get the reanimation online. This puts it in your deck, and it's just worse. On a wheel, don't you have to discard? So I guess for somebody against a wheel, you would want to keep the cards in your deck? Does this card have any practical purpose at all, anywhere? Instead of discarding one card, I'll discard them all to the deck. Isn't out there any card that makes you swap your hand with your opponents? Maybe it's good with something like that. No, you'll never have your hand. I mean, maybe in Alchemy one day they'll have something like that. You never... Oh, maybe there is something like that. Maybe. Yes, it does. And Legacy. Grenzo cares about the bottom of your... Oh, okay. What the hell is Grenzo? Dungeon Warden? Which Grenzo? I assume this one. Okay, so it's enters the battlefield with counters. Put the bottom card of your library into your graveyard. If it's a creature card with power less than or equal to Grenzo's power, put onto the battlefield. Okay. So what we're saying is, like, this card could see play in oops, what is this? Was this what we're using? This is what we're doing? Yeah, this works. Okay. So I guess in a Grenzo deck, this is possible. No, this is not the... Oh, is it this one? There we go. That's... Everything looks good now. Everything's back to normal. Janky EDH Grenzo. Is there anything like, if you have no cards in your hand, you win the game? If no, then it's useless. Well, that'd be an outright busted mechanic. If no cards in hand, you'd win the game. All right, so now we move on to... Oh, it's 2 cards in 1. One of them is very cheap. One of them is just outright stupid expensive. Oh, you guys can't see this very well. Okay, so the other side is a black and 1 generic. The other side is a black and 1 generic. Hold on, can I show it? There we go. This shows better. So the other side is a black and 1 generic. Shuffle an artifact, creature, or land. There you go. It's a sorcery. You can do that. Shuffle an artifact, creature, or land. Just shuffle it. And then Malachi Mandel is red, red, black, blue, white, 3 generic for sorcery. Untap all permanents you control. Draw 2 cards, then play what the rest into your hand. Play what the rest into your hand. I don't even know if this makes any sense to anybody. All right, is it good? Does shuffling artifact, creatures, or lands in play even do anything? How do you even shuffle them if it's just going to be 1? It's like shuffling 1 card. How do you shuffle 1 card? Barrington says you cast that and start shuffling a single card in your hand while staring at your opponents. He's sending a message. Yeah, next level stuff here. Who knows? Maybe shuffle is a mechanic of the future. You know how they sometimes... You know how they don't say shuffle your library anymore? They just say shuffle? Maybe in the future, when we say shuffle, it means like shuffle something into the library. So we can shuffle. They are permanents. They're all permanents. Artifact, creature, land. So you could, like, for 2 mana, shuffle somebody's land into their library. Yeah, maybe shuffle into their library. Yeah, smash the like, people. It's good for the algorithm. Every card that has a grammatical mistake, I'm voting against. Oh yeah, that's totally fair game here. I mean, the second part of the split card is essentially a sinkhole for 1 generic and 1 black mana. If shuffled into library in black, it's great. Yeah, we have a new sinkhole that's cheaper. Ross says, I gotta say, Malachi Mandal is kind of sick if you interpret it as a free casting the rest of your hand. Yeah, good. Draw 2 cards and play what the rest into your hand. Play it all. Alright, well, this is a fail. Okay, we got the Bull Seeker. It's looking for another bull. Black, 2 generic for a full 4/4 creature. Alright, not too bad. It's a tome. The creature is a tome? What the hell? I sort of see a bull here, but I guess it's really a toll. Bull Seeker can't be blocked by dinosaurs. That's very useful. Very useful ability. How many dinosaurs see play, actually? Imagine this was in the, what's it called? Ixalan era. The Ixalan block. We got Bull Seeker. Decent in draft, I guess. Yep, 5 mana 4/4. Has protection from a creature type. I don't think it's terrible. Dinos cannot read, duh. A card that is anti-dino. I don't like it. Oh, KBG is a fan of the dinos. Yeah, this could end up as a sideboard card against you. You never know. You never know. Zakama cries on that. Is this at least a draft card? I mean, come on. This is... I think it's good. I think this is good. I don't know why everyone's voting against it. Like, obviously it won't see modern play, but like this definitely could see play in an actual set. This could have been like a card included in Ixalan, for example. It's a book that becomes a bull to find love on Dino Island. I love the flavor. Great. Is it good in a cube? Is this a good card? Cube card? With the right dino synergy? Yes, this is just a draft card. I can't believe everyone's saying no on this. I think this is a good card. I think it's good design. At least it's a common, yes. So you have to be prepared to face the Bull Seekers if you're going to be drafting Dinosaur Tribal. Even if it said unblockable, I still wouldn't play it. There are better draft cards and a 4/4, basically vanilla for 5. Hey, who knows, the environment... Hey, there's no way this is going to get printed in an environment without dinosaurs. No way. Okay, we're going to look at way more AI generated cards. So don't change that dial. But we got to thank our sponsors, FusionGamingOnline.com. You can pre-order Dominaria United. Right now, just the sealed products. The singles is not really revealed at the moment. Deal of the week this week, save 15% off all the list singles. Ether Vial, Exquisite Blood. We got Tarmogoyf. We've got Dark Depths, Blood Moon. Actually, the list is here. Get it all. All you can eat. All you can eat buffet. Archive Trap. 15% off at FusionGamingOnline.com. But if that deal isn't sweet enough for you, use coupon code Nikachu at checkout for an additional 5% off all your purchases. And it supports the channel. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online and your ability to play any format with any deck you want, anytime. You want to play Legacy, Commander, Pauper, Standard, Pioneer, Modern, the choice is yours. You can support the channel renting using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_9Y6. And back to the AI generated cards. What are we using for this? Yes, this. Okay, so what's next? We've got the Dung Scabs, red 1 generic, human soldier with no power toughness at all. When Tendon Scabs enters the battlefield, create your graveyard and destroy target green or white creature. So it's basically a removal spell. So it will die instantly, which makes sense. So if we have no graveyard, we will create a graveyard instantaneously out of the Dung Scabs. And but we get to take out a green or white creature with it. Yeah, this is really funny. This is a funny one. 10 out of 10. What the F? No power toughness. It's OP. Or what do you guys think? Is it gonna be? Does it just stay on the battlefield eternally to be blinked, or I would say it goes directly to the graveyard. Hence, create your graveyard. If you didn't have one, you will when the Dung Scabs enters the battlefield. Printable. Where's my playset? Take my money. Take my money. How do I pre-order this? It's going to the moon. The guy in the art didn't skip neck day at the gym. No, he did not. Just like real scabs, it falls right off. It doesn't have a 0 toughness. I'm assuming if it has no power toughness, that it's just dying instantly if it's a creature. Brilliant card. Like, artificial intelligence should realize power and toughness is something every creature should have, damn it. Does every creature have a power and toughness? Every single one? I don't know for sure. I'm assuming so, but... Can be tutored for by Imperial Recruiter. So you can destroy target green or white creature. So it's like a removal spell that you could recur. It's like a removal spell that you can recur with some sort of like return target creature card from the graveyard to the battlefield, or bring a creature card, tutor out a creature card, tutor a creature card from your deck into play. So it has all those abilities. He's as confused as us, absolutely. Everyone wants a graveyard from Tendung. Yes, everyone wants a graveyard. Broken red. Oh yeah, this is hard removal. Destroy target green or white creature. But what can you blow up with this? That would be mandatory. There's an 8-0 from Future Sight. Ah, yes, it's an elemental, right? Sideboard for blink. And you could blink this, or no, or does it die immediately? I think state-based effects would just kill this thing on the spot. Yeah, nothing would even go on the stack. First half of BFM technically doesn't have power toughness. There we go. Force of Savagery is a creature with 0 toughness. Excellent. Alright, so this is a good card. This is a good card. Ghostly Pestage. Blue, 3 generic for 3/1 creature. A lot of words on this. It's a dragon. It's a ghostly dragon. When Ghostly Pestage enters the battlefield, create a treasure token for each creature that died this turn. Okay, interesting. Black, 3 generic, tap, draw a card. This ability costs 2 less to activate for each 2, and you control Ghostly Pestage. So does it mean we just cost 2 for controlling this card? It gains, this spell costs 1 less to cast for each activation you control. Interesting. So it costs like nothing in the end. So hold on, so if I activate something else, but hold on, does the activation of itself matter too? They had me in the first half. Good limited card. Weird colors. It's Demir. It hurts your brain the more you look at the entire rules text. Still less confusing than Chains of Mephistopheles. There should be some sort of Chains of Mephistopheles bar. Is it more or less confusing than Chains? Oh, it didn't have flying. Yeah, well, I guess when you're a ghost, you start, you're back down to ground level. Tapping a land is an activated ability. There we go. So it's going to cost black. So it's just going to cost nothing. It's going to cost a single black to draw a card. So it's like 5 mana, black, tap, draw a card. Not a big deal. And then, yeah, when it enters the battlefield, create a treasure token for each creature that died this turn. Although you didn't need a lot of mana, so you'd have to have wiped the board, then you play this. This needs to be in the next unset. Actually, it draws a card every time, so I think it... What do you mean draws a card every time? Draw a card, this ability costs 2 less. It gains this spell costs 1 less to cast for each activation you control. So it's... Yeah, well, I mean, it's just a tap black, draw a card. Can we have the most confusing tier list? Get rid of the activated ability, and I'll add it to my Dragon's EDH deck. Yeah, if you need inspiration for magic cards, here they are. Never mind, not good. Anyway, people love it. I think people love it for the first half. I mean, the second half is just gravy. It's a really convoluted way of saying black tap draw a card. So like it looks like it's like when you go to, you know what it's like? It's like when you go shopping and they say it's like 15% off and there's a 2-for-1 sale at the same time, when really that's just the actual price of the product in the first place. That's what it is. So it looks really expensive, but you feel good buying the stuff because they say they gave you a really big deal, when really that was the actual, like, that was the actual price that they were going to sell it for anyway. So you're like, hey, that's 4 mana, that's really expensive. But then after you read all this text, you realize, oh, it's going to be really cheap. It's going to be really cheap. It's only going to be 1 black mana. First activation is black and 1B. After that, it's just black to use. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each activation you control. No, based on that, like, if you just tap a land for a black, I think you get... Or maybe, I don't know, do lands really count as an activated ability? If they do, then you just tap a swamp and it'll cost 1 mana. If you sack Gravecall like 100 times in a turn, you make a ton of treasures. Oh, yeah, you do. If you can get that, repeat its process. Oh, this spell costs 1 less to cast for each activation. Oh, wait a minute. It gains... Oh, that's weird. It can't become a spell. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this extra ability is useless because it can't become a spell if it's already on the battlefield. Really great catch, Amazements. Great catch. Okay. So just basically use it for the first half. Nice art! I like this one. I think this is cool. This is really cool art. AI, sometimes AI are really nice artists. Alright, we've got the Nocturne Glider. Black, 2 generic for a 1/1, flying first strike, protection from all. Protection from all. So this is really weird. It's like, okay, so it's Progenitus for 3 mana, but it's not like True Name Nemesis that has like a really strong clock. It's like a pretty feeble 1/1 creature. The first strike seems pretty useless if it has protection from all. Great in Pauper. Oh yeah, it's colorless. This would completely take over the Pauper metagame. 2 mana would be better. Yeah, of course. The Super Boggle. I wonder what protection, usually it says protection from all colors, right? Or so I guess protection from... No, I guess protection from all just means like protection from like all players. Literally Pauper black control staple. At last, a flying goblin. Yeah, goblin warrior with flying. There's a lot of goblins that fly. They're like Goblin Glider. I generally want to see what this card could do in Modern. First strike is completely useless. Is the first strike useless? I think first strike is useless. I guess it would prevent it would prevent any creatures from ever dealing damage. Wait a minute, does Skullcrack beat this? Maybe the first strike is there just in case your opponent plays Skullcrack on you, and then you lose your protection, preventing damage protection. X-Drinker says protection from everything. Okay, so it's the same deal. Same deal. Still can die to Wraths, or all creatures get -1. Oh yeah, this will die instantly to Plague Engineer. Instantly. People like this card. This is like somewhat of a fair design. It's really just like an insane wall. That's all. For 3 mana, you get this like crazy wall, because it's not going to go on the attack. So this mad lad wins against Emrakul? No, Emrakul would force you to sacrifice this. Alright, so Nocturne Glider. It works. Nice art again. Ooh, we got for 1 black. Oh, this. Oh my god. Oh my god. It is a 1 black Planeswalker. Jage. I think it's Jage. Okay, so we've got Kai Renner, new path strided presence. And boy, does it make a presence. Alright, black. Let's see these abilities on here. Legendary Planeswalker Jage. +1. Discard a card at random. Okay, we're not off to a good start here, but maybe that's why it's 1 black. Alright, -2. Destroy all other creatures you control. You get an emblem with whenever a permanent other than Chiron New Pathstrider presence enters the battlefield or attacks, it loses Defender until end of turn. And it looks like... Oh no, oh sorry. That was the -5 ability. So -2 is just destroy all other creatures you control. -5 is you get an emblem with whenever a permanent other than Chiron New Pathstrider presence enters the battlefield or attacks, it loses Defender until end of turn. Alright, so you lose Defender whenever you play. So, okay, so you can attack with your walls the turn it comes into play. You know what? I thought this would be busted, but actually this is so much more fair for 1 mana. Okay, we're gonna let you guys vote on this before deck list review. It's Tybalt all over again. You got what you paid for at 1 black mana. Perfectly unplayable. Destroy all other... Is there any advantage to doing that? It's some sort of graveyard deck. You can discard cards at random, and then you can destroy all other creatures you control. And the -5 is pointless. I'm sure this would still see play. How? Where? So like, where what would want to play this deck? Yeah, turn 1 Planeswalker. An aristocrat deck? Oh, to trigger the, like, to trigger things? Maybe. Does Asmo love this? I can't tell if Asmo would love this. Play this, then balance? Oh, no. Okay, yeah, that could work. Living End? So wipe all your creatures. No, Living End can't play this because then you'll cascade into this. That's not... Living End, you like play your cascade spell and then you get a Chiron. Or sorry, how do I pronounce this? Kirener. I'm gonna pronounce it, or maybe the R is silent. Kiren. Legendary Planeswalker Jage. Destroy your Protein Hulk. 1 mana, sacrifice your board in Aristocrats. Yeah, maybe that's how it's used. Play this, balance, and Faith's Reward. Aha, so bring your stuff right back. Oh, that might work. Maybe that would work. Some sort of, like, you know, you engineer a way of returning everything that just left the battlefield this turn. And Eggs would want to play something like... Maybe... No, I don't know if Eggs can really play this because they wouldn't have any creatures. Wow, many people are haters on this card. Might play this in a Madness deck. Oh yeah, you get to discard a card at random. Maybe you'll hit like a 0-drop or something. Vengevine. It can't attack with Defender, so how can it lose Defender when it attacks? Huh? Oh, whenever a permanent other than Chiron enters the battlefield or attacks, it loses Defender on turn. You lost. They have to lose Defender to attack, but then they'll permanently lose Defender, I guess. No, it'll lose. Well, it'll lose it until end of turn. At random is just so bad. This plus Grave Pact. The Defender needs haste, yes. Ah, man. This would be a very interesting card if they just stopped at the first 2 abilities. No, they had to jam this -5. That is a complete joke. Just a complete joke. Oh, whatever. Okay. Anyway, it don't work. It don't work. It up on stream. Thank you very much, everyone, for the support. The super chats. Thanks for becoming members. We got more members than we ever had on Coffee and MTG, on Nikachu MTG Live. And it lets me know that you guys love this. We got to keep doing this. Keep it going. We just passed the 2-year anniversary. I should find out when I had my first Coffee and MTG. We have to celebrate these things. We're already more than 2 years running. But thank you very much for showing up today, because without all of you, there would be no interaction. We have no chemistry. The chemistry is good. That's what makes Coffee and MTG such a special morning talk show. So keep brewing up those coffees, and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.